My name is Irene Bejenke Walsh. I shall be training you shortly, but in the meantime I just wanted to explain to you what it is that we're looking for in an investor pitch or a pitch to partners. I think a good pitch is like the trailer for a film. You want them to see the film, but the trailer has got to be interesting enough to really make them want to see it. So you don't have to reveal everything, but you have to make it personal. You have to make it exciting so they want to go to the cinema. And that's your business plan. It is your business in general. I think the first few minutes of a pitch are crucial. In fact, the first few seconds. The intro bit is not just to say your name and job title is not going to cut it. You really have to come up with something more exciting, something that will captivate the audience's attention, an attention grabber. So what we've come up with is a mini pitch within the pitch, an elevator. It's a company snapshot of where are we now. So you talk about where is your business at? Are you a B2C or a B2B business? Are you a startup? Are you a growth company? How long have you been running? Where's your product development? Have you raised any money so far? So at a glance, in 60 seconds, investors or partners or customers know where you are. The biggest asset you have in your company, especially as a startup, are the people. Talented, motivated, enthusiastic people with lots of experience, hopefully, in their sector. So you need to feature them. You need to make sure everybody understands the experience you bring to the table. I think one of the most overrated things in a pitch is technology. A lot of companies tend to focus on the technology of their product rather than on the benefits to the user, and that is really important when describing the product or service you're offering. Use examples. Use your customers or your potential customers to illustrate how it's going to work. If you have visuals, if you have a video or photos, that will say more than 1,000 words. So you've got to make it lively. It is important to talk about the market, the context for your company. How big is the market you're addressing? You're going to see a US audience, so you've got to be knowledgeable about the US market. You've got to express market size in dollars and monetary terms, not in pounds or euros. So it's important to adapt to your audience, but also there might be a gap in the market, but what is the market in that gap? Investors want to know how you're going to make money and how quickly. That's the bottom line. How quickly can they get their money back, ideally with a nice return on investment. So you've got to focus on your financial forecast for the next 3 years, tell them when you're becoming cash positive or you're going to break even, and tell them exactly what you're going to use the money for. Use of funds, not just a nice Ferrari and Porsche, but also, is it recruitment, is it product development, is it marketing you're going to pump the money into? These are essentials of any investor pitch. You are a startup company, you're a new company, so you really got to put all your enthusiasm into persuading potential customers or partners to work with you. Why should they work with a UK company if they have already lots of suppliers? So that you have to find some really hard benefits. Describe the conditions with which you will work. Is it a franchise model? How are you going to work together? And they can then judge if it's realistic. The last slide, regardless of whether you're pitching to investors or partners or customers, is why work with us? Why invest in us? You've got to really hit them hard. It's got to be emotive, it's got to be direct. What do you want them to think, feel or do after this pitch? They've got to, you've got to be memorable. So summarize the 3 things that you think make you stand out. Why to work with you, why invest in you, what you're going to deliver to them. I think if there's one thing to take away from this, it's all about you. The reason you're flying over there, the reason you're there in person, and we're not just sending out a PowerPoint or a business plan, is because you are the show. So you've got to think about your personal pitch as well. How are you going to introduce yourself? This is about being there and making the most of the opportunity and remembering it's not just on the company, the focus is on you and your team.